This gig economy app surprised me the other day. And I got an offer, but I'm a little concerned about the commute. I gotta pick it up in 13 minutes or so. So I gotta get there to the pickup destination. Now this gig app, it's a catering side hustle. So I'm gonna pick up a catering order and then deliver. Seems easy enough, but number one, it's getting to the pickup, getting a larger catering run. Use a catering bag if you don't have one. Pick one up, then you'll have it for all your other deliveries. The only thing, doing the actual pickup, you'll have more stuff, you know, not too bad. And then delivering, you'll have to set it up. So this app, it's DeliverThat, and I'm here already. Yeah, the commute on this one is insanely quick. It's gonna pay $29, and let's see the distance on this. It's 1.2 miles, quoted to take 7 minutes on DeliverThat for $29. Listen, all I do here is help you make money in different side hustles, different gig apps typically. Now there's Zifty, I've done it. There's DeliverThat, doing it, and I've done it in the past. There's Delivered, activated, haven't done an assignment yet. The margin on $29 for about 7 minutes, picking up here in the Strip District. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's like 92 degrees outside right now at Primo Hoagies. Here's the kicker. Oh my gosh, I just remembered this. That there's an asterisk. You know what? Let me show you actually. There's an asterisk on the actual delivery. Something's different on the delivery. We're gonna see what it is and why it really matters, in my opinion. But challenge number one, hopefully this offer is gonna be ready, because it says pick up at 1:35. It is 1:26 p.m. I'm gonna go in there, see if it's ready early, but hopefully you're not waiting. You know, it costs more and more time. That's one of the concerns with food delivery in general. Like, I don't want to wait at the restaurant. So am I gonna have to wait? I'm gonna use my catering bag, and then I'm delivering actually downtown Pittsburgh, basically like down the road, but then parking, finding the customer, that setup, that weird asterisk thing that we talked about. So will $29 for 7 minutes, 1.2 miles actually be $29 for 7 minutes, 1.2 miles. All right, delivery done. Actually, we're gonna pass Primo Hoagies right up here on the terminal. It was ready immediately, which is fantastic. It was one like, kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not a sub ring. It was just like pieces of like 6-inch subs or whatever it was stacked on top of each other. There's Primo Hoagies. But it was too wide, a little bit too wide to fit in my rectangular and your rectangular catering bag. So what do? It's not gonna fit. It's like a sub ring basically. Use your pizza bag. Someone told me that for sub rings and stuff like that, it's like circular. Best hack ever. So that's in my pizza bag. And then there was another bag, I don't know what it was, like size or something. It felt pretty light. But that I put in my catering bag. Presentation, easier to carry, uniformity. I don't know if it's like cold or not, but I put it in there anyway. Now it said deliver at 2 p.m. I'm trending a little early. It's 1:37 p.m. right now. But when it says deliver by, that's deliver by. So I just texted the customer a heads up anyway. I said, hey, this is Mike with DeliverThat. I'm departing the Strip District for your location. So again, if it says deliver by 2 p.m., you should be done. You should have already tapped on confirm delivery by 2 p.m. So I should be good there. Now here's the caveat. Did they text me back? Oh, interesting, okay. And I'm glad I texted them. Wow, I'm glad I texted them. Ooh, what do you do here? Okay, so the asterisk at delivery that I told you was there is no setup required. They don't need me to set it up. They're just gonna like take it to like whatever, their meeting room or wherever they're gonna set this thing up at. I'm so glad I texted the customer because they got back to me and they said, hi, I'm actually not gonna be at the location until 2 p.m. Can you just leave it at the front desk? I've never really done, and typically you won't have a completely contactless delivery on catering. Typically, you're gonna hand it to someone, you're gonna take a photo of the delivery anyway. If you do set it up banquet style, you're gonna take a picture of that. But I've never had a full contactless on catering. This is interesting. Now, I mean, I'm gonna get there at 1:44. So A, do you sit there at the front and wait 15 minutes for 2 p.m. for the person to arrive? Or is this person gonna go through a red light? No, they didn't, oh my goodness. Would you follow the instructions from the customer that I texted her directly from the DeliverThat app. So you click on call, text, I clicked from there, so I routed directly to them, and that's what they said. I mean, someone help me out. I feel like we could vote on this and it'll be 50-50. I feel like the customer directly told me, leave it at the front. Now, why is that not odd? It's not odd because these it's a building, it's like a business building, whatever. These buildings, delivery destinations, they're used to contactless food delivery. So they're not gonna think it's weird that you're leaving food at a front desk. Unless the one building happens to have super particular rules. I've done most every single major gig app there is in almost every single niche. That's quite rare that someone's like, no, we don't take any food delivery at the front desk. I mean, maybe that's something at a hospital, I don't know. But even at a hospital, when I've done deliveries there, I can't really remember anything like that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but this is an office building. Now here's the thing, I'm not gonna assume that it's not gonna have any hiccups. So when I get to the front, I'm gonna say, I have a catering delivery for such and such, I'll say the business name. They instructed me to leave it at the front desk. And they'll say, oh yeah, just leave it here. That's probably what they're gonna say. And then I'll take a picture. But I still believe I have to take a picture, even if there's no setup. So if I saw this person, even if there's no setup, I believe I'm still prompted to take a picture. And obviously if you do set it up, you're prompted. And in this case, because this is kind of on the back end, I'm still gonna take a picture. Well, what turned from a kind of unique delivery where they didn't need a setup to an even more unique delivery where they instructed me to leave it at the front desk. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy. Catering's fun, isn't it? Listen to what happened. Let me just scooch out of this parking spot downtown. All right. Okay. No setup required. Man, this is interesting. So I get to the building, downtown Pittsburgh, very nice. A lot of business buildings. Actually, my last DeliverThat order yesterday was to another office building, and I'm looking for the front desk. The doors that I go into, there's no visible front desk. There's a tiny little unattended desk with something for flyers, but there's nothing on it, just a tiny little desk. To my left, there's the little cafe, and I looked down the hall to the left, can't tell anything down there, and then straight is another little mini mart shop, and it almost looks like a mall inside. There's like an escalator or something in there. So I'm looking for a front desk or a security desk, typically a security desk, and I find it. I turn left, I see the security desk. There's 5 or 6 security people just hanging out, talking. So I'm waiting behind these 2 gentlemen. They finish up, and I step up and I say, hi, I have a catering order for so-and-so, the business name. And then I say, they instructed me to leave it at a front desk. Not sure what you recommend. I would say something like that versus trying to just put it on their desk. Because if it's a security desk, then they're you can't leave food delivery here. We're trying to do our job and talk to people. You can't just leave food unattended here, basically. That is why I asked versus just putting it on a front desk. Like a hotel, you have better odds at a hotel. They're like, yeah, just leave it here. Typically they have like a huge front desk. This is not a huge security desk. So they call the company and they ask, what company are you with? And I say, DeliverThat or ezCater. If you don't know, ezCater, it's another platform that these companies use to source the actual offers. So the company may not be familiar with ezCater, but they're familiar with DeliverThat or vice versa. Now here's where it gets extra fun. So they say, okay, someone will come down. And I tell them, yeah, that's fine. My contact mentioned they would not be here until 2 p.m. Because as I told you, that's what they texted me. They said, hey, I'm not gonna be there till 2. Now it's just rolling into 2 p.m. right now. And we talked about this. Do I just wait in the lobby? Or in this case, the reason I went up to the security desk, I'm trying to deliver it either there or some other way is because they told me to leave it at the front desk. Someone comes down and they look at me and they say, you know, for so-and-so, for business name. And I say, yep, how's it going? I got your catering offer. Like, I'm happy that I made contact with the person. And they did not expect the catering. So I'm assuming they sent their front desk down. And they said, oh, I said, my contact is so-and-so. They said they're not gonna be here until 2 p.m. And this person goes, yes, they're coming to meet with these people, but we weren't aware of any catering. And she wasn't like seething mad. She wasn't like super angry, but she just, you know, a little, seemed to be a little bothered by it. I don't know, hey, your job is to make the delivery. Is it going to their company? Yep, that's the right name. And we went through all the correct scenarios. I don't know why someone would be like offended or something at free catering, unless it's like a sales thing or they think it's a little like, you know, I don't know. Now here's my other hurdle. Here's what's tricky. Remember, there's no setup required. So I have to take a confirmation picture. I'm not gonna take a confirmation picture with the food on the ground or the food in my delivery bags, or frankly, even on top of the delivery bags on the ground. That does not confirm that it was handed to somebody because there's no setup required. Hey, if security told me, all right, go on up to floor whatever, and I'll leave it at their front desk, sure, I would have done that. But they sent someone down. So I said, very polite, my background's in customer service. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. All I do, you know, help you make money in different side hustles, but I'm coming from a place of customer service and, you know, and this and that. So while I'm taking out the food, I said, oh, I just gotta take a confirmation real quick. And I just kind of frame it like, again, try to make it sound like not that big of a deal. And then I said, obviously I'm not gonna get your face in the image. I tell them while I'm taking the food out, you know, just to give them a little heads up, like, hey, this is what's coming, I gotta do it. So I have the person hold the thing of subs and I hold the bag next to it because both are kind of heavy to like hold up like that. And I angle the picture away from the person's face and I capture an image of them holding the food because this is what they instructed me to do. And frankly, even if it was the right person and they happen to come down, like say it was my contact and we met in the lobby, you still have to take a confirmation picture. I would do the same thing. So to review, you say, as you're taking it out, you know, you do all the pleasantries. Hey, hope your day is going well. Got your catering order here. Just a heads up, I just need to take a quick confirmation picture. Obviously, I'm not gonna get your face in it. And then you can say like, okay, we got your subs here, we got this and that here. And then take the picture quickly, don't get their face in it, and then be on your way. Now, if I have directive from DeliverThat that says get their face in the picture, I will, but I know DoorDash says never capture the face of a customer. I mean, this is catering, would you? So now it is right after 2 p.m. and actually I was texting the contact the entire time as well. So I texted them, I said, hey, just a heads up, the security desk called someone upstairs and someone's coming down to pick up the order. Because my contact is on the way, they're already in Pittsburgh, they're like really close by, but I gave them a heads up so they know. And then after it was picked up, I gave them a heads up again. I said, hey, just so you know, someone came down, picked up the order, and they brought it upstairs, just so they know. So I just made $29 in like 30 minutes for a mile-ish. Let's be real though, let's be real. Okay, in my experience on catering apps, I've talked about this. Volume is gonna be a challenge, getting enough offers. There's not gonna be as many catering offers as food delivery. Number two, some of them have ranking systems. So like the more deliveries you do and or the equipment that you have or the ratings that you have unlock different tiers of offers. If you, and I think catering is a good thing to go for. If you go for it, you might just want to take more deliveries and get those higher tiers to get larger, higher paying offers. We talk about filler apps. Filler apps fill in your other apps that, let's say they're slow. It's a slow day on other apps. You'll turn on other apps, go online, work on other apps. This is kind of the best case scenario of a filler app because yeah, there's not gonna be a ton of them, but if you can grab even one a week, frankly, like one or two a week that are insane margins, why not? And on DeliverThat, you average like $25 to $30 per offer, not per hour. It's just me saying this like as a courier. It's not sponsored or anything. $25 to $30 per offer, and Zifty is like the same thing, averaging around $30 per offer. It is just a last delivery thing, right? Because it's larger, higher dollar orders, setting it up if need be, going into whatever it is, if you're in your the business district, stuff like that. But I'm liking catering side hustles. I'm starting to turn it up a little bit and do more catering side hustles. So like this video, consider subscribing, join our newsletter. Got a new gig tool for any gig worker. It's coming soon as well. And let me know, more catering side hustles? I think so.